A huge congregation in shock tonight after its founder and pastor resigns. Church elders at the Calvary Chapel, Fort Lauderdale, say Pastor Bob Coy has stepped down after making a confession. A shocking one to them. Team 6 reporter Gilma Avalos live from outside the church in Fort Lauderdale with how they're taking the news there. Gilma.
Well, Adam, the pastor has been the leader here for nearly 30 years. We have seen overwhelming support here at the church for the pastor as well as on social media. But experts say his fall from grace could certainly impact this congregation, and that's because he's been the brand, the unifying force here for so long.
Everyone has a burden to win the lost.
The Calvary Chapel Church in Fort Lauderdale has been named the 14th largest in the U.S. by Outreach magazine. Its assets are reportedly over $100 million, and it's a congregation 20,000 strong. Now the man who founded the church is stepping down.
We love him, and we will continue to pray for him.
Pastor Bob is an angel.
The church's government board cites Bob Coy's confession of moral failing in his life. Nova Southeastern University professor Judith McKay says the fall from grace will mean a major shift for a congregation who has been shepherded by this leader for nearly 3 decades.
It has huge implications for that church community because people who join the church because of him, in many cases, are probably feeling somewhat lost, somewhat unsure, wondering exactly what went on.
McKay says, warranted or not, religious leaders and politicians are held to different standards. Scandal has forced several heads of large churches to step down. Last year, David Lovelace resigned as lead pastor from the megachurch Discovery in Orlando, citing a multiple-year affair. In New Jersey, Pastor Cedric Miller, who called on believers to quit Facebook because it leads to infidelity, also resigned over a past affair with a church worker. And who could forget this tearful apology?
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
Though speculation about Coy's moral failing abounds, with faith blogger Michael Newham citing extramarital affairs, the big picture: how does the congregation move on?
To keep people, to the extent that it's appropriate, advised about what will happen, particularly what's going to happen right now. How is the church going to be run right now? How are their programs going to be continued right now?
As part of its statement, the church assures parishioners that's the case, saying a team of assistant pastors already on staff will maintain their usual rotating schedule as teaching pastors for all services. And in that same statement, the church said that the pastor will be focusing his full attention on his relationship with God as well as with his family. And those televised sermons, the podcasts he's well known for, if you look on the church's website now, you will no longer find those posted. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Gilma Avalos, NBC6 South Florida.